Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Wand and Crown. I'm Haley, that's Keeley, and this week we are going to be talking all about the two holiday parties that are at Walt Disney World in 2023, winter 2023. Usually there is just the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party over in Magic Kingdom. This year they have added an event called Jollywood Nights over in Hollywood Studios, and that is for 10 nights from November 11th through December 20th. So that one's one of those that if you want to go to it, you're going to have to grab it up quick. But I think we're going to start with the tried and true and talk about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party first. That party, both of these parties are separate ticketed events. So your park ticket is not going to get you entry into this. You are going to have to buy a separate ticket for a specific date. And that will get you into the parties. Yeah. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is going November 9th through December 22nd. And again, Jollywood Nights will be from November 11th through December 20th. Both of these are select nights. It's not every single night. Jollywood Nights, it only has 10 dates, whereas Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party has a lot of dates.
Probably like 20. I would say probably at least double.
Yeah.
I think they do like 3 a week about.
Something like that. And this will close the park off to regular guests as well. So Mickey's Very Merry starts at I think like 7 o'clock. And
if you have a park ticket, you obviously if you have a park ticket that day, you can just stay in the park. You just have to go scan in. If you don't have a park ticket that day, you can get in early as 4. But you have to be, or it starts officially at 7. So those that don't have tickets that have been in the park all day, they have to leave by 7. But if you do not have a day ticket, have a party ticket, you can get in at 4. So it gives you a little bit of extra time of regular park day.
Yeah. And I think they're still letting you in at 4 for Jollywood Nights as well, although that party does not start until 8:30.
That would make sense, but...
Oh, no. I'm sorry. You can enter as early as 7 p.m. I have 7 a.m. on our notes. That's not right.
Got it.
Jollywood Nights, you can enter as early as 7 p.m. So an hour and a half before the party starts.
Yep.
Excuse me. Goodness. I'm breathed and swallowed at the same time, and I highly...
You're just so excited about these parties.
I really am. Well, I'm very excited for Jollywood Nights. Keeley and I are going to be going to Jollywood Nights this year, so we're going early December. That way we can tell everyone how wonderful or how not worth the price of ticket is.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful. And then Keeley's going to go over to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party as well. So we're going to have lots of news about everything later this year.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm kicking my stand here. Both of these parties, again, separate ticketed events. They're going to range in price depending on the date of the party.
Yep.
Obviously, the parties that are getting closer and closer to Christmas are going to be your pricier ones. Mickey's Very Merry starts at $159 for adults and goes up to $199 for adults, and then $10 less range for kids 3 to 9. So $149 to $189. Jollywood Nights is up $10, so they will be $159 to $179 for... Actually, I think I've only got it for adults. I don't have the price for kids, but I...
Probably 10 less.
Yeah, but it is also... It does seem to be a more adult-oriented park.
Kids can still go, but I definitely agree it's not as... I don't know, it just seems more older kid, adult theme. Like, it's not as I don't want to say kiddie, but but I guess that's the right word for it. Like Mickey's is very like, you see Santa, the parades, the character. I mean, you're going to get that at both, but yeah, it seems a little bit more kiddish, where Jollywood Nights seems a little bit more like sophisticated,
Glamour.
fine.
Yes. Yes.
But like, it's still open to kids, but like, it's still, we're not talking like, I bring it up every episode. We're not talking a Halloween Horror Night situation where like, don't take your kids to that. Like,
no,
you can
bring them, but
bring
it's
your
also,
kids.
think about it. They're starting it later in the night. They're having like special parties in each of the areas. It's very
like a DJ. Like, it just seems like, again, yeah, like a little bit more adult-ish, but I think kids would still like it.
yes.
But I
They
think
might not stay
very
the whole time.
yeah. I think Mickey's might be a little bit better for younger kids, but we'll know that at the end of the year when we go.
Yeah,
and we'll be able to say for sure.
Yeah, and Mickey's Very Merry has the Once Upon a Christmas Time parade that ends with Santa. If you watched our episode our last episode, not last week, but our last episode about the parades, again, it's very much like that Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade moment where they close it out with Santa, and it feels like Christmas is here. And they do that parade 2 times during the party, I believe.
I think so. Usually
an earlier one and then a very late one.
Yeah. I think Not So Scary is the same way. They have 2 parades. So that way you have 2 chances to catch it.
Yeah. And like Not So Scary, they have little free stations scattered throughout Magic Kingdom Park, except instead of trick-or-treat stations, these are cookies and cocoa stations. So you can try different cookies at each of these stations. They have cocoa. They also have like hot apple cider, which if you go on one of those very rare, frigidly cold Florida nights that you're not expecting, it is very welcome. Wonderful. Although I would also highly recommend, my friend's going to laugh at this, I would highly recommend if you were doing either of these parties, be very aware of the footwear that you choose. Because while booties might be warm to wear into the park, you are going to be walking a lot. Yeah. And your feet will swell up by the end of the night.
Oh.
And if you do it on the first day of the trip, they're going to be swollen the whole trip.
Hayley.
I know. You'd think I'd know better. I was 28. Years ago. I
wore Sperry's one time thinking I was going to be fine, and my feet were dead by like the second day. So heck, we've all been there. It's okay. So don't do that. So that's a good piece of advice. Don't wear booties. But I will say take layers, because I feel like December, like this is like one of my December shirts, and then I have a sweater that I'll wear, and I kind of like wear it in the mornings, take it off during the day, and if we're staying late, put it back on. So that's a good thing, is like, if you want to dress themed, definitely do layers, because you're going to be, I mean, check the forecast before you go, but it's going to be a little frigid. I mean, I've gone in February before and been freezing in the morning. Yeah. Like, I had shorts on and I was like, I need pants. And I think I almost bought a sweater.
I did that.
Well, and at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, they're going to have special merchandise. So you can buy a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas sweater if you want one. It's just an excuse to buy more stuff. That's what I always say. But but they do have that. They have like mugs. They have ornaments. They have sweaters, spirit jerseys. Yep. What else? I'm trying, like, anything you can, bags, anything you can think of. Probably toys.
Ears.
Yeah, yep. They have, and then they have stuff that's out during the day, but then they have like specific stuff just for the event that they put out after 7 when all the regular non-party people are there. They kick them out, and then you can go buy all that stuff. And that also, I think, is when they start selling the specialty stuff too. Pretty much everything really starts at 7.
Yes. So you can get into the park earlier, but all of the actual party things are going to start with the party.
Yeah.
And they will, if you go in early, they will direct you off to the side through a little special secret backstage.
Yep. Behind Tony's.
Yep. In addition to the special merch, you get the special foods, you get the special drinks, and you get the ride overlays.
Yes. That's like my favorite thing is the ride overlays.
Yeah.
That's my top priority when I go to any of these parties is the ride overlays. Like that is like, because you can get it any other time of the year.
Yeah.
I can get snacks anywhere. That's a lie. I love the snacks too. I can get candy anywhere. Well, like trick or treating and like the cocoa and cookies, like I like that part. Don't get me wrong, but that's like this line's short. Let's go there. The ride overlays, that's what I'm there for. 100%.
Yeah. So Space Mountain is the one. It gets like fun red and green lights all around. You get Jingle Cruise instead of Jungle Cruise.
It's so fun. Jingle Cruise is so good. I mean, Jungle Cruise is good, and then just the Christmas on top of it. Sign me up.
I am not gonna lie, I have not done it purely because it is so good and everyone wants to do it because it's there for a limited time, that the ride lines are absurdly long, and I want to do the rest of the party. If that is something that you want to prioritize, more power to you.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, any of these parties really you have to prioritize. You have to figure out, because there's so much going on. You can't get everything done. If you're only going to one party, even if you're going to two parties, there's still a chance you're not going to get to do everything, especially like characters and stuff. Because those lines, Jack and Sally at Not So Scary, 2 hours. I think the first time we waited, we got in line at 4 or 5. They started meeting at 6. They started meeting an hour early. We still waited 2 hours. The second time, same thing. We got there at like 5 or 6. They started meeting a little bit early. We still waited 2 hours. So you really have to figure out, do you want to do the rides? Do you want to do, I was about to say trick-or-treating because I'm still holidays. Do you want to do, well, the cocoa and cookies, you can just stop. But do you want to do like the snacks? Do you want to do the characters, the rides, the parades, the shows? Like what is like you pick like your top 2 things. Yeah. That's usually what I tell people is pick your like top 2 things. And like the parades and like the fireworks and the shows, and like you can easily fit that in. That's usually my recommendation. Yeah. Figure out when you want to do that and then kind of build around that essentially.
Yeah, because those are going to be set times.
Yeah. And that's really the focus of the party, I think, is the parade and the shows. I agree. And then, I mean, I think the characters as well, because you'll get a lot of rare characters, and you get characters that even if they're not rare, they're coming out in their holiday outfits. Yeah. So like last time I went, I saw Nick and Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Those are not characters that you normally get to meet a lot. Mm-hmm. Belle was out there in her, well, normally she meets in her pretty Christmas dress, but this time she had on a cloak because it was so cold out. Ariel and Prince Eric will meet in their finery. So, you know, you get to see a little special side of the characters. Yeah, I like do like a quick like wave and like take a video and a picture and I'm like, all right, I saw you. I'm gonna go to my ride now or whatever else I'm gonna go do. But yeah, and those lines can get like we were saying with Jingle Cruise, character lines can get absurdly long. Yeah. So yeah, there's like one character like I have to meet this character, get in line as early as you can. Because the lines, and you don't want to spend like 3 hours of your party meeting a character. I mean, 2 hours. Because then you've just paid $100 and some odd to meet a character. Exactly. And I mean, like, I don't regret that we met Jack and Sally the 2 times. The first time was like perfect. The second time was like a little bit too long for my taste, but I wouldn't do it again. I'm glad we did it once. Well, we did it twice. The first time was with friends. The second time was because we did Jack and Sally. So I'm like, we have to meet them. It was literally for a picture, obviously. But you know, yeah, just prioritize. That's really what a Disney vacation's like. That's a huge part of a Disney vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just do it with a party because you're working on limited time and you spend a lot of money and you want to make sure you get to do exactly what you wanted to do.
Exactly. Now, if you've got little ones or big ones who want to dance, they do have dance parties that are throughout the park. And then Keeley's and my favorite part, as we mentioned in the last episode, you get Snope.
Oh, it was like, what happened? What was her favorite? Oh, yeah, Snope. Yeah. Yes, Snope is great, and I love it, and it makes me so happy because you get snow without it being cold.
Yes, unless you're there in 50-degree weather.
I would rather take that over 20 degrees and snow here, actual snow that I got to dig out. You know, Snope in 50-degree weather is perfect. Perfect. But yeah, Snope is so fun because it feels like it's Christmas, and it's so magical, and you're like, it's warm, or it's like brisk,
moderately cold
and manageable, and it's snowing and Santa's here and I have hot cocoa and I have a cookie and I just met my favorite character and I just went on Space Mountain and it was red and green and you're just like, this is like the highlight of my life. Yes.
Exactly.
You were right. That's my favorite, clearly.
Obviously.
I just forgot. I forgot what you were going to say.
Oh goodness. Now, okay. We're going to move on over to Jollywood Nights.
Other park.
Yeah. Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios. As we said, this is, it is a brand new show, or a brand new party. So it seems to be a little bit more geared towards adults. We obviously don't know the answer to that yet because it's a brand new party. It's got a projection show called Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. That is on Grauman's Chinese Theater or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And that is very holiday themed. They've got character meet and greets throughout the park. But they also seem to be kind of taking a lead from Halloween Horror Nights and having themed areas throughout the park, right? So they've got like a throwback area where they're going to have, I think they said it's called Nostalgia Themed Party.
Yeah. Was that the one that's in the courtyard?
No, that's the one that's over by Echo Lake. So they're going to have like 90s music, Powerline, Max, Phineas and Ferb are going to be meeting. So that's going to be like, honestly, those characters in and of themselves are worth the ticket.
That's where like everybody our age, like all the millennials are going to be living.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Unless they are you and me, who are going to be going over to the Brown Derby Jazz Lounge.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
To live out our 1950s fantasies.
And I love the lounge there. It's like one of my favorite places to like, we hung out at the bar last time we were there. We got like walk-up reservations. And it was that's like, everybody says Animal Kingdom's the hottest. I think Hollywood Studios is close because there's like no shade.
Yeah.
And we sat in the bar and it was just like so nice. And it's so just like vintagey. And I'm just like, I love this. So I'm so excited for that.
Nice vibe. And then around the corner, they're going to have oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups all of a sudden. Around the corner in the Tower of Terror Hotel courtyard, they're going to have like a party there.
I think that might be my favorite though. I'm certain because I think they said they were gonna have like projections there, like ghosts and stuff, and that's why I'm like, I don't know, because that's my favorite. Because I like anything that has ghosts, obviously, and like Christmas ghosts.
I'm just saying, I love the vibe of the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Like,
and they brought the mist back. Did you see that? I just saw that earlier. They brought the mist back in the line. So now there's mist back. I know. I'm like dying. I saw it like a few hours ago and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Nobody, like, it's, again, very niche thing. Most people wouldn't notice that. Not your average park goer. But they have the mist going and dancing ghost projections at Christmas time. That is me. That is my description. That is, if I had to describe myself, I would be a dancing ghost in mist at the Hollywood Tower of Terror during Christmas.
So a goth Christmas.
Yeah, but like vintagey. Yeah.
Oh man.
I just want to be everywhere at once during this party. That's the problem.
I know, right? We're getting there early.
Yes.
We're going to do everything else.
Yes.
And then they're also going to have a DJ party on Hollywood Boulevard. They're going to have a Latin street fair over on Commissary Lane. And I'm going to get yelled at by some of our fellow agents for almost forgetting this. There's going to be a musical variety show.
I was going to say you're forgetting that one.
A musical variety show over in the Theater of the Stars that is going to be hosted by Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Yep. That's going to be why I want to do everything. I want to do everything and I want to experience everything. And I'm so excited.
I don't think we can fit a second night in.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I know. There's like everything I want. I just want to do everything.
It really sounds like a lot of fun. I am surprised that Disney hasn't come up with something like this earlier or sooner. But I'm very excited to see how it goes. And tickets are on sale now for both of the parties. Oh, I think it's a perfect Christmas and July present.
Yeah. Yeah. Both of them. Do both parties. Do what I'm doing. Do both parties. No, I think I almost wonder if that's why Disney kind of held off, because they feel like people aren't going to do both. Again, your average families that are going, you can't, it's a lot to do both parties and do park days and everything. So I think that's why they maybe held off. But I also think that's maybe why they themed Jollywood Nights kind of the way they did. Because again, if you're going as just like adults or it's just a couple or like us, like friends going,
it hit a different niche than what Mickey's Very Merry. Not to say
you can do both because it's just the two of you or whatever. You're by yourself, whatever the case is. Hey, Dinks, man, if anybody doesn't know, Dink was it double income, no kids?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and we're millennials and we're all making money. Gear stuff towards us. But I think that's what this is. I truly think that's what it is. It's themed to like, and again, if they're doing a 90s throwback, like we are the demographic. We are the demographic that this is for.
Yeah. They have realized that they're a group that they have not been targeting and they're going to target them.
I mean, they have. It's just more ways for us to be like,
open my wallet and hand over the money and say, take it, please. Thank you.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people are like definitely like nostalgia and like holidays, and it just makes us feel like safe. And I feel like, I just feel like this is like, I don't know. I just like both of them. I like both of them. I'm excited to go to both. I feel like they're similar, but I feel like they're different.
Yeah.
They're not super different, but different enough where I feel like you could make a decision on which one if you had to make a decision.
Yeah. You could easily make a decision.
Yeah.
Like I would do Jollywood Nights, but I've also done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So
see, I haven't done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas because the year that we went during December, it was 2021, and they did that's when they were doing the after hours parties.
Yeah, no, what was it after hours?
Oh no, did they?
No, it was they did kind of a cutback version of it because
it was like something like after it wasn't the after hours, but it was something like that where it wasn't the full Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, but it wasn't an after hour. It was like the Christmas After Dark. I don't know what it was. They did I think for 2020 and 2021.
They didn't do anything for 2020.
So maybe it was 2020. Did they do it last year? I don't know. It was like an abbreviated version of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. So we didn't go because, and it was shorter too. The hours were like significantly shorter. Like they cut like 2 or 3 hours out of it. So I was like, but now I can go experience the full thing. Both full
And
things.
if you're going to either or both of these parties, it really is worth it to either have that be a day that you're traveling in, or a day where you rest at the resort for most of the day and then go in at that earlier time period that they let you in for the party. And then you have your park day doing the party. So you're not too tired to actually get to the party and stay the whole time.
Only do a full park day beforehand if you know that you can handle it. I know that I can.
I will be passed out.
You're going to be amazed. Wow. You're going to be amazed watching me in December. I'm not going to sleep. I don't sleep when I go to Disney. I'm sorry. I sleep for like 5 hours. But again, that's not the average person. Yeah, that's not the average person. So if you've gone to Disney and you know you can do like a long day at Disney, I would still suggest taking it like a break at the room.
Yeah. Or do like a park like Epcot where you can get there later in the day so you can sleep in beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do a full park day unless if you know that you can and you've done it and you know you can handle it. If you haven't done it, especially with little kids, I definitely do what Hayley did. And my suggestion too is the next day, the same thing, rest, either stay at your resort hop. Last episode we talked about like the Christmas tree at the trees at the resorts. Do a Disney Springs day, do an easy day the next day, and that way you're not at the party till I think they both go till about midnight, or I think Jollywood Nights is like 12:30.
Yep. You're
not going to get back to your room till 1. You're not. So make sure, no matter where, well, unless if you're at one of the monorail resorts at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas or
but
boardwalk area.
Crowds and the lines leaving the parties.
You're gonna get back to your room late, no matter where you are. The further away you are from the park, the later you'll get back. But yeah, take like a rest day.
Kingdom Lodge, you'll get back the next day.
I love that resort, but man, it is far from both of those parks. Close to Animal Kingdom though.
Yeah. I hope so. Oh man. So that is everything that you need to know about the 2 parties that are going to be at Walt Disney World this year, or this winter, this holiday season. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Be sure to follow us over on our socials, and we will see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.